Alright boys, let's talk about Dragon Ball Super Superhero. I won't get into spoilers until about halfway through this video, so you don't have to worry about that. I'll leave a big spoiler warning once I start getting into that stuff. The day it came out, a bunch of, I logged onto Twitter and there was just clips, boom, right there. Non-spoiler stuff first, I just want to say that a lot of stuff in this movie turned out to be way better than I expected. I was pleasantly surprised considering how questionable having 2.5D CGI animation was gonna be for a Dragon Ball movie, but it turned out like some of the scenes were just marvelous. I mean, like beautiful. I mean, not the whole movie, but some of it was just wow. Because yes, it's 2.5D. Basically, I got some confirmation as to like what exactly that is. The movie was created using like the 3D models, and then they had like an animation supervisor come in and basically touch up a lot of the scenes. That's why it looked like a lot of them looked and felt almost like 2D, was because they actually had someone like coming in and like hand correcting these things. So it definitely had a different feel to the rest of Dragon Ball, but also shared a sense of familiarity. Because some of the scenes with the use of CG, they're able to rotate the camera in such an amazing way. That's something you can't really do in 2D, or if you do, it's extremely, extremely hard. And because they're able to use these 3D models and the camera work, they're able to like do crazy and beautiful things with the scenery, with the way the camera spins around characters, with the action scenes. And so yeah, a lot of it looked just downright gorgeous. It's really Gohan and Piccolo, and in fact, Piccolo probably has the best part. If anybody's the main character in this movie, it's probably Piccolo. And I mean, I think that's just downright awesome because he's a fan favorite character, he's one of my favorites, and he's been out of the spotlight for way too long. And so to be able to bring him back was delightful. And I love seeing him have so much field presence. I loved his personality in the movie. The voice actor of Piccolo, Toshio Furukawa, did a just mind-blowing job. If you think he did good, oh my god, Nozawa went all in. Voice of Goku, Gohan, and Goten. I mean, Nozawa just killed it in this movie. Like, some of the best screams and stuff I've ever heard. She was brilliant. She was absolutely brilliant. Voice actors killed it in this. I actually liked Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 quite a bit. They were a lot different than I kind of expected, just seeing new androids and they're powerful and it's like, But I think they actually played to these androids very well, and I can't really get into that yet without getting to spoiler territory. There was a lot of like fun little tropes and communication in this movie. The way the characters interacted with each other was playful and comical. Now this movie, in its first day, made more than Broly, but by its third day is made only about half as much as the Broly movie did, continuing to sow uncertainty into the Dragon Ball fan base. Is this the direction that Dragon Ball is going to go? I think it really is gonna come down to the money. Like, are they gonna make as much as Broly or more? If they make more than Broly, which I don't think they will, considering they're already struggling to catch Broly, they have some serious decisions to make in management whether or not they want to continue in this direction. Now, if they have all the models and the entire infrastructure set up for making this 2.5D, and it ends up being easier and cheaper to make movies and animation, I think it is very possible that they could continue in this direction, unless Dragon Ball Superhero is a disaster and nobody buys it. If it only makes 40 million or 30 million, whereas Broly made over 100 million globally, they might just be like, okay, we missed out on way too much cash. We're not going to continue to do 2.5D. But I do want to say, I do applaud them for giving it a shot. I mean, I was extremely hesitant as a hardcore Dragon Ball fan my whole life to see them try 2.5D and potentially ruin the franchise, but I was pleasantly surprised. And you can tell that they put in serious amounts of work into this movie, trying something new and to like not half-ass it at all. I mean, they went all in. Like, they definitely went all in when it came to the graphics and the fight scenes. And obviously, the story could be better. It's like bringing Red Ribbon Army back. Like, this is Dragon Ball stuff. We're into Super. Everybody's gods now. Most of these people are humans, right? So they had to bring some androids in to kind of like give it some sort of tension, but there wasn't like much really suspense like until the end. And for the most part, it's like a playful, fun movie. But when it came down to the looks and feel, yes, they did a pretty good job. But I still think Dragon Ball fans are going to want 2D movies from now on. I mean, I still do, but I honestly wouldn't hate it that much. I mean, as long as if they continue to do 2.5D for Dragon Ball in the future, because if they continue to give it such immaculate dedication to cleaning up each frame even, just so that it looks and feels like 2D, like it's weird, it like tricks your brain. It's like, it's CG, but it like looks 2D and it makes your brain go like, what? I don't know. It's confusing as somebody who's been watching 2D Dragon Ball for 25 years or so. And to be honest, I didn't hate it. I think a lot of people did. I think like probably the majority consensus, I'd say from what I've seen, is people liked a lot about the movie, but they don't think it's as good as Broly. And I would have to agree with that. This really comes down to you guys, and I want to know what you think in the comment section down below. Would you rather have way less movies and potentially no Dragon Ball Super anime returning, but it's in 2D, or would you either have way more Dragon Ball content, movies, and the anime returns, and everything is in now 2.5D? You got to kind of ask yourself that question, and you might be asking, well, why is Toei doing this? It's because technology is evolving, and that this is going to give them the way to make Dragon Ball quicker and less expensive, which means, in the end, far, far more Dragon Ball for fans. So we're probably not going to, really know for a few years whether or not this is the future direction of Dragon Ball in general, but you can tell that this was kind of like a high-risk assessment and almost a gamble to see if they're going to be able to create Dragon Ball faster and easier in the future. If this movie works, I mean, it probably doesn't even have to make as much as Broly. I bet you if it makes like 60 to 70 million instead of 100 million from Broly, if it makes like 70% of Broly's money, but the future renditions of Dragon Ball from now on will cost half the price and be done twice as fast, I think that's probably a worthy business choice for them to just be like, okay, let's do 2.5D for a while. Okay, so I'm gonna get into spoilers, but first, a message from our sponsor. Aren't you tired of watching anime and dub? If only you understood Japanese, then you wouldn't have to read all those stinking subtitles. Dozo yoroshiku. Ohayo, arigato, sumimasen. Well, today is your lucky day. Introducing our sponsor, Busuu, a super easy to use and friendly way to learn new languages, one of them being Japanese, but they have 13 languages on the website. Busuu breaks down learning into very small, achievable learning lessons. IE, oh, I've heard that. IE means like, don't worry about it. You can also learn the 3 ways to read and write Japanese: hiragana, katakana, and kanji. And this was one of the harder sections for me. Oh man, this is gonna be hard to remember. There's even a very cool manga course where you can learn how to read the Japanese in a manga. Further, you can speak to real Japanese native speakers in their community section and practice what you've learned. You can also take live lessons with native speakers and put yourself to the test. The vocabulary and grammar review tool will help you remember everything you've learned in the lessons. The Busuu study plan really helped keep me motivated. It broke the language down into chunks, which made it much easier for me to learn. It reminded me when I needed to study, and it set realistic goals for me so that it wasn't too daunting when I jumped in. You can start learning Japanese and 12 other languages through Busuu today using my link in the description down below. Next thing you know, I won't even need subtitles to watch anime. Okay guys, major spoiler territory now. If you haven't seen any of the leaks or clips of the movie, if you haven't been keeping up with spoilers, now's your time to leave the video. Let's get to the good stuff, right? So the day it comes out, there's already leaks on Twitter. And literally at the top of my feed is Gohan's new form doing Makanko Sappo against Cell Max. And it was beautiful, my guy. I mean, beautiful. That Makanko Sappo was, I mean, just seeing that clip made me want to see this movie so damn bad. Unfortunately, that was like pretty much the best scene in the whole movie, next to Piccolo getting his orange form and beating the crap out of one of the Gammas. Gohan's new form was sick. I wish we got some sort of explanation. I guess it's just Ultimate 2, final Gohan. Is he stronger than Ultra Instinct? Is he a god? I don't know, but the power increase for Gohan, after Cell Max comes out and he's just like one-shotting everybody, and then he punches Gohan in his new form and it does nothing, my guy. Like, Gohan's like, ha, nothing. That was beautiful. I wish there was more of that. I mean, honestly, why didn't they just make half the movie Gohan in his new form versus, some other villain? I mean, having Cell come back was kind of like nostalgic, but like kind of dumb in the same sense. It's like, it's not even final Cell. He doesn't even talk. Like, all he does is scream, and I just thought it was like perfect Cell. I loved his mentality and his freaking attitude the most. He's my favorite Dragon Ball villain of all time. And I would have loved to see either Perfect Cell come back, like, oh, they managed to get one of his cells and regenerated, and now he's, Cell Max or something like that. Or just bringing a new villain altogether, because while he was cool and his screams were, oh my God, his screams were terrifying and awesome, but he doesn't talk. He's just like a berserking madman. We didn't get to see Broly really fight much at all, which sucked. Vegeta finally beat Goku, which, okay, fan service, but yes, it's cool. We can finally say Vegeta has beat Goku. Granted, they weren't going all out. They're just fought in their base forms at the end of the movie, but that's still, we got a small W for Vegeta. We'll take it. I'm very, very happy Piccolo and Gohan got new forms and they're actually relevant again. I mean, that's, at the end of the day, what this movie was really about. Bring Piccolo and Gohan back, make them strong enough to fight alongside Goku, Vegeta, and now Broly again. For that purpose alone, great movie. Did the movie really ignite that fire within fans? I mean, the thing that really ignited me the most, man, was Gohan's form. Like Piccolo's form was awesome when that came out, and the Gamma's like, I think it was Gamma 2 was like punching him, it was doing nothing. It was badass, but Gohan's form just felt so powerful and so threatening, and that final Makanko Sappo scene, dude, was literally some of the best cinematic animation I've ever seen in my life. Like, it was so well done. And even though it was CG, they used the framework to really make it feel 2D, like when he's lifting it up in points, it was like some of the crazy, I don't know if that was Shida, Naotoshi Shida or someone else who animated that, but it was beautiful. I mean, damn, I rewatched the clip like literally 100 times. Like, I couldn't get over it. It was so good. And the question remains, are they going to incorporate this movie and make it canon into the anime somehow? Or is in the manga, like after the Granola arc, is it going to happen? Is it going to be drawn out? Or is it going to be like a one-page skip like he did for the Broly movie, Toyotaru? I mean, because I want Piccolo and Gohan to have their forms to be canon. I mean, is this literally just going to be a one-off movie thing and they never get him again? I hope not, but I don't know what they're going to do. Maybe another one-page thing just to summarize the movie, and now Gohan can actually transform into this form and fight. And it was very close to the Omni form, dude. It was very, very, very close. Like the red lightning and stuff, the red eyes, the white hair. It was very close to the Omni form. The super big bang and stuff. I loved it, dude. I mean, I didn't like, it wasn't the Omni form, but like, it was basically the Omni form without markings. Like that's basically what it was. And it was pretty badass. I mean, I love to see Gohan like that. I just wish it got more screen time. I mean, it was very short-lived. Cell Max, I felt like was kind of short-lived too. There was a big all-out war with Cell Max. Everybody's blasting him and it's doing nothing, but they're kind of kicking him around a little bit too, which was kind of cool. How everybody joined in, but I just wish we got more of that Gohan, man, because that was like, it was so sick, dude. I mean, that was literally the highlight of the movie. And I wish we got some sort of explanation. Like, I think my biggest criticism of the writing was just all the good stuff was so short. And I wish they would have just prolonged that, gave us an explanation as to Gohan's form. When did he learn Makanko Sappo? Like this dude just literally busted out, literally white lightning Makanko Sappo. And what's even crazier about that scene was so insanely similar to Gohan's Dragon Cannon from Anime War. Piccolo literally says, "Do it, Gohan." In the movie, Piccolo says, "Shoot it, Gohan." And then Gohan unleashes it in both Anime War Episode 6 and this new movie. Now, I mean, I don't think they took it from that. Maybe they got inspiration from it. Probably not. But it was eerily similar, if you know what I mean. I did think it was a little bit cheesy that Piccolo got a new form just simply by making a wish to be stronger. Like, this is the whole Granola arc. People are just wishing to be stronger. Like, I want my boy Piccolo to catch up, but like, that ain't the way, man. You get stronger through training, through tough times and stuff like that. You don't just wish to be stronger. But whatever, we'll get Orange Piccolo now, and he's like a Hulk. And it's still pretty cool. I mean, I'll take it. Whatever, it's Dragon Ball. Everybody's just gonna wish to be the level of Goku now, because there's no way to train to be that strong. So just gather the Dragon Balls, wish to be the strongest. Oh, look, you're relevant again. Next, we'll have Superhuman Krillin. I'm definitely going to see the movie in English when it comes out, and I encourage you guys to see it as well. It was surprisingly good. I mean, I didn't have high expectations, and with anything in life, keep your expectations low so you're never disappointed. So I didn't have high expectations, but I was pleasantly surprised, and I thought it was a pretty good movie. I'd give it like a 6 or 7 out of 10 maybe, and make Broly like a 9 or 10 out of 10 probably. So something like that. I just want to see more of this Gohan, dude. I just want to see more of this Gohan. Like, bring my boy Gohan back with this shiny new form. God, it's beautiful. It just looks so cool. The red eyes, the white hair, the red lightning, just so insanely powerful. I mean, it feels like a final form, you know? It doesn't feel like anybody could go any higher than something like that. Is it stronger than Goku and Vegeta? I'm guessing it's probably about the same. Kind of like how Ultra Ego is about the same as Ultra Instinct. I'm sure Final Gohan's also about the same. And Piccolo's probably like right beneath them or close as well. There was one weird thing though about Ultimate Gohan, like sometimes he looked sick and sometimes his hair was so poofy, it just looked ridiculous. That's one of the things that like I know would have looked way better like hand-drawn in 2D, you know, by one of these masters of animation, because I don't know, the hair looked like just ridiculous. It was like Super Saiyan 2 hair, but more like up and just like way bigger. It was like this giant freaking, I don't know what the hell it was. It looked pretty damn goofy sometimes, but overall, it was badass. So I'll probably make another review when we get the English version, talk about it again so you guys have a chance to see it. But yep, that's about it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Check out Busuu with the link in the description, and I'll see you guys in the next video.